Hey guys, this is Jimmy Johns at Legacy Toyota, and today we're going to demo the 2012 Toyota Camry. The first edition, we're gonna look at the four-cylinder SC. This is a Barcelona red. Dino, could you come here? It's a Barcelona red. It has the black and graphite interior. It's an all-leather car. It's going to have your application, sequential shift mode, optimal lighting, so much to go on with it. But first we're going to demo the outside of it because they've done so much on the outside of the Camry. The 2012, it's a new improved body style, more aerodynamic. The first thing we're going to start, this here is actually the four-cylinder. You can tell by the rims on it. The four-cylinder has a different rim package. And you can tell it's a 5-spoke rim. This is the SC. It's a more aggressive car. The LE is more like I like to say the SC is more like the dad of the family. The LE is more like the mom of the family. The SC, you're going to get a more aggressive car. It has the ground effects on it. On all the SCs, you're going to see the fog lamps on them. And it's here. And it has the honeycomb grill. We like to call it the honeycomb grill. Dino, on all of 2012, it has a more aerodynamic look to it. If you can see here, if you're coming up close on it, right here on each mirror, also, on each tail lamp, they put what I like to call a shark fin. And what this does, and now on both sides, you've got 3 underneath the car. What they are, just like a shark fin cuts through the water, cut through the air. It's a more aerodynamic car. That's where you get your 35 miles to the gallon on the highway and get up to 42 miles to the gallon. Another thing that they did, the shocks on here, I know you can't see them, but the shocks are different on the 2012. One shock goes down and one shock comes up. And what that does, instead of it crushing down, when you hit a bump, both of them crushing down, it's different. It actually levels it out. You can drive without holding the steering wheel, hit bumps. It's a more luxury drive on it. It has a better feel on it. On the 12, and I'm going to pop this trunk for you real quick. On the 12, instead of most cars, the trunk space is amazing, first of all. But instead of you having to, when you come up, Dino, here, do you see this here? No, you don't have to hit it anymore because it has an elevated armrest. I mean, it's an elevated elbow here. It actually folds. It actually folds the car. I mean, it folds the trunk back. Right here is the 60-40 split. So if you look through here, I'm gonna drop it down here. This is your 60 side, so you can see all the way through here. It actually has a hard plastic covering on the rear. In case you want to put anything hard back there, you wouldn't scratch it up, you wouldn't mess up the back of your seat. If you'll come here on this side, Dino. Well, right here on this hump that was here in the older Chevy, they've actually cut it down some to get more foot space, and they've actually cut the seat back another inch so it'll seat more people. I've got plenty of headrest, and it's called the easy ingress and egress. So they made it higher in the top, they made it wider in the back, so you can get the perfect seat. I'm 6'3", I'm 250 pounds. I sit in here perfect. This seat is back a little bit, but I mean it's all the way back, but I feel perfect. 3 of me can get in here. Another thing, let's walk on this side. Here, you'll see your shark fin here. Same thing I was telling you. You got the shark fin here. Another good thing is it's 0% for the remainder of this month. The Camry's 0%. Then if you'll sit in, you see the interior. It's all leather. The whole thing is leather. It's a two-tone leather. If you'll sit in it, I want to show you something up in there. Now, first thing I'll do, crank it up a little bit for you. We're going to get the air going just a little bit. Get the air going just a little bit because it's hot. It is hot. Okay. And I'll just leave the audio out for while I speak. But as you can see, this here is a 4-cylinder SC, and it's actually 3 different ways to drive it. You can actually just drive it in your regular drive. You can see here it says your regular drive, just a D. But if I come over here, into my sequential shift mode, and that's just from this slot to here. You'll look, it goes to the S. That's your shifter, and if you shift down, it goes to 3, 2, 1. You can shift it up all the way to a 6-speed automatic. Another way that you can drive this here is from the paddle shifters, and they're here on the steering wheel. On the right hand, you got your positive. On the left hand, you got your negative. If you look at the dash, you can see it shifting down, and that's from my steering wheel. That's not from my gear shifter here. You can see it's tilting telescopic steering, so it goes up and down, and it goes in and out also. That's your tilting telescopic. Most people want to get the intermediate wipes. What Toyota does is make it simple. They don't have everything on one lever. Over to your left, you got your blinkers and your lights. On the right top, you've got your blades, your wipers. If you pull it to you, you got your washers. Alright, next thing you got here, and on the bottom is your cruise control. So you got your cruise here, you got your wipers here, and up top, and on the left hand side, you got your lights. Alright, I told you on the front that it has the fog lamp, so it has the fog lights on it, and they're here. But another thing that Toyota did, they put stitching along the dashboard. And on the right hand side, it actually took, it's hand stitched, and it actually took, in our Toyota ride and drive class, they showed us that it takes 2 weeks to learn how to do this. And then on the left hand side, the curve is actually hand stitched, and it takes 3 weeks to learn how to do that. One thing most people will worry about is the stitching coming loose. Well, not in the Toyota, because here on the left hand side is actually triple stitch, so it goes up, goes back 3 different times, and that's on both sides, and that's to prevent it from coming loose. If you can look on the dash, if you can see the lighting in it, it's actually optimum lighting. It's optimum lighting, so you can see it good. If you look here, then you'll see the light gets brighter. I mean, get dimmer, and there's as bright as they're gonna get. So you don't have to stare at those lights while you're driving. You don't have to stare at or squint your eyes to see it. As you can see, the airbag lamp is on. When 25 pounds sits on the passenger seat, the airbag comes on. Another thing, let me put it back in park. This here has your heated seats. It's leather, but it also has the heated seats. Auxiliary jack. If you can look here, it's Bluetooth active, so you can link your cell phone to it, and you can actually dial out from the screen here. Next thing that you got are your your app application. This one is actually has navigation on it. That's my map loading. It's just loaded. And if you go back, it actually has the weather on it, your sports, Bing.com, Pandora. What Pandora is it's a internet radio station. So what they're doing is actually getting rid of the CD. You don't have to use CD, and you don't have to junk your car up with CD anymore. Just as long as you got your smartphone, and I've got one here. I keep my smartphone. You can get the application for your Pandora and put your Pandora application on here, and all the music that you got in your phone, it'll play through your speakers. That way you don't have to use CDs anymore. It's actually going, CDs are getting old. They said the cassette, back in the day, they said the cassette would never play, and you never have a whole CD on a disc that will slide in the computer, and that's done. Now I'm telling you that they're getting rid of the CD players. It's all going to Bluetooth. Toyota knows that, and that's one reason why they're trying to upgrade that. If you keep on going over here, you can see your fuel pricing, your traffic, and in black and white. If I had my auxiliary jack plugged in on a USB cord, I can actually upload emails, pictures, and I'll have a calendar on here. Toyota also did this seat on the fourth or the 5th generation Camry. They had what you call a retroactive headrest. So if you would get hit from the rear to prevent whiplash, the weight of your chest would go back into the seat.